Radio Raheem with Roy Jones Jr. Man, I've caught you here at the Valet. Thank you for the time. I just got a couple of quick questions. I just came from Berto Mayweather press conference. Right. You know, you're one of these guys that have a claim on TBE. You're definitely always in the conversation when that comes up. Floyd's taking Andre Berto as his last fight, number 49. When you heard that fight announced, man, what was the first thing that came to your mind? What did you think?
Well, a lot of people think it's an easy victory, but you know, you can't never count Berto out. Berto is a guy who loves to win. Berto had a situation in the Olympic days where a guy beat him and he, got mad and dumped the guy after the decision. So Berto is a guy who really has win in his heart. Now, can he go back to his old self and be the old Berto that we used to see? That remains to be the question. If that Berto can return, though, then we can get our money worth in the fight because it'll be a good fight. If that Berto doesn't return, the Berto that we've been seeing in the previous 3 fights shows up, then it'll be a whitewash.
Do you give any criticism to Floyd Mayweather for selecting Andre Berto as his last opponent? I'm going to turn you this way because we're black people. We need to be a little bit more lit. There we go.
No, I don't give him any criticism because with the way Floyd has been doing things, Floyd has done so much for boxing, made so much money for the sport, brought so much more attention to the sport from people who normally weren't really interested in boxing. You can't criticize the man for who he picks to fight. The only criticism that people have usually are people that thought of themselves as the best ever. And when he says that, sometimes he gets under some of our skins. But when he says the smartest ever, by far. You understand me? And so you can't criticize the man because that's what he does. He's smart. I mean, the smartest fight ever was how he did with Pacquiao. He picked him apart for a very wise fight. The dude is doing his thing. So you can't get mad at him because he ain't one of these guys who go out there and say, hey, I'm the toughest on the block. No, he said, I'm the smartest on the block. And I'm the best ever when it comes to what I do. And that's what he does.
We didn't see you in the corner at Jesse Vargas versus Timothy Bradley. There was some confusion as to why that was the case. What happened there late in the camp?
Well, I had too many obligations going on already. I had too much that I was doing. I didn't have the time that I felt necessary to give to Jesse unless he could come to Pensacola. He said he really couldn't come to Pensacola. So if he couldn't come to Pensacola, I wasn't going to be able to give him the time I thought he so rightfully deserved to fight the biggest fight of his career. So I'm not a guy who's going to hold on to you and say, oh, no, we can make it. No. You need to be as comfortable as you can be, especially fighting the biggest fight of your career. But it's okay, well, let me get somebody else and say, okay, that's cool.
Well, we saw him, he was not successful against Timothy Bradley. We saw Jean Pascal, who got the decision, but a disappointing performance by many's estimation. You in the corner, you do improve guys. You obviously got a talent for training and a way to communicate with fighters. Have you considered that maybe that transition to being a coach, being just a trainer, just that, so these kind of conflicts don't come up, may be the move?
Yeah, it might be the move, but that wasn't the conflict that caused it. It wasn't because I was fighting. It was another situation that caused that conflict. With Pascal, I think his manager decided that he wanted to go with Chris Burton instead. So that's how that goes. And my hat goes off to anybody who wants to try. You got to be willing to try different things, and I'm cool with that. I don't feel no animosity or no problems with nobody. If you want my services, you can get them. If you don't, it's cool. It's not hard to. I don't have to live through other people. So I just be myself. However, I do feel like I improve both of those guys when I'm with them. I think they're much better fighters when I'm with them than they are when I'm not with them. And I think you could see it yourself in their last performances. So I would hope in the future that they both would wisen up. Say, if Roy got to go to Africa to train, we going to Africa to train. If Roy got to go to Ethiopia or Mars to train, we going where Roy going to train because we know we're going to get something.
Well, Roy, I'm a lifelong fan. If I can speak for the other fans out there, to be real with you, we're ready to see you in the corner, man. You've proven though everything that you needed to prove, and that you can even do it much longer than any of us thought. Right. Get in that corner, develop some of this new talent. I love to talk to you all the time. Hey, we want to keep you healthy, man.
One thing, body head back in the building. Go get that single Can't Lose coming out June 21st. Don't miss it.
Must have forgot. Radio Ride.